We do have a first alert weather day that will continue into Friday. Now, this is a complicated storm. There's a lot going on, so it's tough to explain, but I'm going to do my best to make it simple. So the storm comes in two parts. We're dealing with the first part out there right now. Heavy rounds of rain and mixed precipitation of sleet, freezing rain and snow, all impacting western Mass. Now, the area is most likely to have more of a moderate impact. Franklin County, definitely around and north of Route 2 and getting into the hills. That's where you're seeing more ice and more snow. Now, for everyone else farther to the south through a good chunk of Hampshire and Hampden counties, it's mostly rain with pockets of sleet or even, a wintry mix at times with a little bit of everything falling. Now, this heavy stuff is going to last through about midnight, 1 a.m. Then things quiet down a little bit. We get a lull that happens overnight with a dry slot coming in. There's still the chance for some patchy drizzle or freezing drizzle or even a rain or snow shower, but then we'll get our next round as we go into Friday, and that looks to be more snow. However, it's not expected to be nearly as heavy as what we're dealing with right now. So here's a look at the storm system itself. We've got, it's actually quite large. It's still spinning out around Chicago right now. And we've got the heavy stuff coming through at the moment, hitting most of southern New England. Now, keep an eye back here to the west, too, because this is storm system number 2 that's already gotten going, and that's going to be hitting us later this weekend. We'll get to that in a bit. But first, looking at that radar up close, you can see the blue is the snow, the pink is that icy mix, and then all those brighter reds and yellows and oranges. That's just really heavy rain passing through, pretty much impacting right along the Mass Pike. I mean, I'm sure that rain is coming down hard and it's reducing visibility, causing ponding on roads. Meanwhile, you've got some snow accumulating up in Franklin County and some icy conditions out across the hills. All of this is going to continue throughout the rest of the evening. Now, once we get into the overnight hours, we'll start to see again that heavier precipitation taper off. Temperatures are going to hold fairly steady, so some icy spots are going to be possible out there, but many of us only drop down into the lower and middle 30s. A lot will linger just above freezing, so roads could actually just stay wet throughout the overnight for many. Then we go into Friday morning, and here comes our next little batch of precip. Now, this is going to be mostly snow, even with temperatures above freezing. Might have a little rain in the mix, especially in Springfield, but even if you're seeing snow, roads are likely to be wet just because it's not coming down that heavily, and temperatures are going to stay above freezing. We'll have rain and snow showers that go on through the afternoon, and then they'll gradually taper off tomorrow night. Lastly, of course, in the Berkshires. So it's a little bit of everything going on the next 24 hours. Precip comes to an end tomorrow night. Temperatures will hold in the mid-30s most of the day tomorrow. Some minor icing expected, 1 to 2/10 of an inch in the hills. Some glazes up around Franklin County. And this snowfall forecast is through 8 a.m. Friday morning. You will pick up another 1 to 2 inches of snow on Friday. So tack that on to the numbers that you see here. So Franklin County up into northern Berkshire County, you guys pick up the most, likely totaling around 4 to 6. We'll have 2 to 4 eventually down through the hill towns, and then once you hit the valley, we could end up with an inch here by tomorrow, but it's not looking likely. I think a lot of us will just end up seeing wet roads. Next storm system coming in Sunday night. This one looks to be a nor'easter, so some heavy precipitation expected again. It looks like it could start off as a mix, but it's likely going to be mostly rain for the valley and possibly snow for the hills. In fact, the chance for snow for the hills continues to increase, with now a 50 to 70% probability of at least 3 inches in the Berkshires. So that's the next one to watch. It gets windy on Monday behind that storm. Another rain-snow mix expected Wednesday, followed by colder air to end the week.